Okay, hi. So now that you've had the tour of Facebook, our quick tour, which we did on our Boomer Zoomer call, and if you haven't watched that, if you weren't on the live call, you can always find those calls recorded and in our Playhouse library. So if you need to go back and go through that quick tour, that would be where you would find it, Boomer Zoomer call number 3. And if you have any questions, or if it was too fast, or you want to go deeper into it, just put those questions into the Facebook group, and I will address those. So what I thought I would do was walk you through a few of the things that we just touched on so that you can do it for yourself. And one of the most important things is the settings, the privacy settings in particular, but all the settings. And I know that a lot of you, most of you are on Facebook. You already have a profile set up. I will be giving you a little demo of how to set up that profile a little differently than you may have it set up, or you may like it the way it is. But I will do another video about that. But one of the things that I've noticed with so many people is they set up a profile on Facebook and they use Facebook, but they don't ever go into their privacy settings or their settings. They don't even know that they exist. And then stuff happens, like somebody hijacks their account or hacks them in some way, or they're getting spammy stuff on their notifications that they don't like. And the reason for that is that they don't have their settings set up to really protect them against that. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through those settings and show you how I have set mine up. You don't have to set yours up like mine, but at least you'll know where they are and what they do for you. So let me share my screen. Pulled it up already. So there we go. So this is my Facebook profile. When I log in, and let me see if I can get my picture out of the way. So when I log into Facebook, I get this menu bar across the top, which is exactly what you probably get. I'm looking at it right now and showing you on my desktop computer. So it's big and it's filling the whole screen. It looks a little bit different on your cell phone, on your smartphone. I always recommend, especially for us Boomer Zoomers, I recommend that we look at things as big as possible, and the desktop computer or a laptop computer is the way to do that. It's just so much easier to set things up when you can actually see them. So here it is on my computer, my profile. Now, Facebook changes up the way they look and the way they do things frequently, like every 6 months and definitely every year. But for now, if we click here up in this corner, this little down arrow, you get all kinds of stuff. And this is important to know that these are here, because this is how you have control over your presence on Facebook. You don't want Facebook to have control over you. You definitely don't want to have hackers and bots and weird people having any control over you. So this is an important area for you to know how to use and to visit. I would say, I think it's a good idea to visit this once a month if you can, just to check out everything. So today we're going to go through settings and privacy. So when I click on that, you get a whole bunch of stuff. Privacy checkup sounds like a really good one to go through, but let's start at the top. Settings. You'll have to excuse my slow internet. It takes a while. Okay, now look at all this stuff, all of this stuff that you can set up, you can access, you can use. I would say that most of you aren't going to use most of what Facebook has to offer, at least not for quite a while. I don't even use everything that Facebook has to offer because it would take me a lot of time that I don't really have. And to what end? When we're posting with purpose, we need to know our purpose for being on Facebook. And then all of the other bright, shiny objects are just that. We can ignore them. As long as we are safe and we're doing what we want to do on Facebook, it is a great tool. And of course, some people use it a lot more than we will ever use it. So the first part of the settings is the general, and that's what's up right here. This is where you can edit your name. This is where you can set up your profile with something other than your name and with a bunch of numbers behind it. I think that they may limit the number of times that you can change this, but for most of you, you want to go into this and see if this end part makes sense. If it says Jane Doe 57835422153, I would change it to Jane Doe author, or Jane Doe artist, or Jane Doe profile, or something like that, because you will remember it and you will be able to refer other people to it. And that makes more sense. So this is your private, personal profile. This is not a business page. This is your own personal profile. And if you click edit, you can go into it and you can change it. They say it's your username. So that's, that's what it is. And like I said, you can change this end part to anything you want it to be. They will tell you if you put something in there that somebody else has already grabbed, they will tell you. And then you'll have to figure out another name. You can put dashes in there. You can put underscores in there. And that will help you figure out what you want to put in there. So I'm not going to change mine because I'm happy with it. You can change your contacts. Now, I have had my Facebook account for, I don't know, since 2008, I think. And so I have my old email in there, which I am going to keep in there because I have a ton of things that are connected to that old email. I could, if I want, change it to my co-creation champion at gmail.com, but I don't want to. Same with this, my ad account. I do use Facebook ads, not a whole lot, not hundreds and thousands, not thousands of dollars. I would say over a year's time, a couple $100 maybe. We'll be talking about why Facebook ads might be something that you might be interested in down the line. That's many, many weeks from now. So I'm not going to edit that, but this is where you would edit it. Memorialization settings. Well, this is something that I have not set up. It's a good idea to do it. I just haven't had time, but now that I've turned 70, it probably would be a good idea to do it. Oh, look at this. I did set it up. This is if I happen to die, what happens to my account? So I have set it up that my husband can manage my account. Um, I'm not sure that Bob is the best person to manage my account, but he is my closest person, and so that's who I've set up there. You might want to read through all of this and see what it says, and see if you want to set up a legacy contact in case you do pass away. What's going to happen to the information that is on your Facebook account? This will set it up. You can do all kinds of things. You can just shut it down completely. It says down here, if you don't want a Facebook account after you pass away, you can request to have your account permanently deleted instead of choosing a legacy contact. Because of how I use Facebook and the number of connections I have on Facebook, and I want to think about this. I do not want it to just be shut down. I want people to be notified that I've passed away. I want my photographs to be accessible to my husband at the minimum, and maybe somebody else. Even my posts and my connections, everything. I want them to not just disappear and go into the ether. There's important stuff in my Facebook account, but you may decide that that's not of interest to you. So let's go back to the general, see what else they have in there. Again, we have to wait forever with my internet. Come on. Well, it's not moving. So I'll go click up here, see if it, yeah. Okay, so here we are back in general. Identity confirmation. Confirm your identity to do things like run ads about social issues, elections, or politics. Well, I don't run ads about those things, so I'm not going to do anything there. If this is your thing, if let's say you represent the Democratic Party, your local chapter, and you are going to be running ads for that chapter, you would want to go into this and set it up. You click on it, it'll open up. I'm not going to do that because my computer is so slow. But when you click on this, it'll open up and it'll ask you questions, and you can fill it out as you see fit. Like I said, I'm not going to do that because I'm not concerned about it. Security and login. That's the second one under settings, under general. Okay, here's a lot of stuff. Let's just go through the list and I'll explain what it is, and you can decide when you go through yours how you want to set it up. So it says, check your important security settings. We'll take you through some steps to help protect your account. Okay, number one thing is important, so we're going to view that. Do I want to leave the site? No, I don't. Why is it telling me that? Interesting. Well, if this takes us out of Zoom, I don't know what we'll do. Well, let's see. I'll re-record if it takes us out of Zoom. Really seem to be logged into Zoom. That's good. Is it going to take, okay, how to keep your account secure. Okay, good. It's telling me I'm all set. No security actions are recommended at this time. Your password is okay. Your two-factor authentication is on, and login alerts are on. I was going to show you what all that meant on my account. Let's see if I can, if it will walk me through those things, because I do want to show you what all that means. Come on. Okay, is your password private? If your password is used elsewhere online, then your account may be less secure. Protect yourself and your Facebook friends by choosing a stronger password. Okay, here's the tips for passwords. So what they're saying is, which I'm sure you've heard and seen elsewhere, is that they recommend not using the same password in two different places. That makes it really hard because remembering passwords is a pain. I have my computer set up to remember passwords, so when I change them, it remembers them, and then when I log in, I don't have to remember them. It just fills it in for me. But here are some tips for choosing good passwords. One that you don't use anywhere else online. Make it easy for you to remember and difficult for others to guess. Never share your password with anyone. Okay, that's pretty standard. Now, if I wanted to change my password, I would click here, and it automatically fills in your current password, and then you can change it to your new password and do those changes. I'm not going to do that right now because I have logged into numerous devices and I don't want to be booted off and have to re-log in. So I'm not going to do that. But this is really important to know how to do. Changing your password is important because it's the very first thing that you do if somebody hijacks your account, if there's a fake you floating around there. And we will talk later about fake yous. It's really important. I see it happen all the time. It freaks people out, and it's like, it's just a bother. It's not anything that, if you take care of it, it's not anything that's going to impact you too terribly. But you do need to take care of it, and you need to know how to change your password. So you go into the password portal and you click on that change password, and this is what you get up, and you create the new password. Two-factor authentication. This is, again, a safety security measure. It's a pain in the neck. It's a pain in the neck, but it will protect you. It's a security measure that will protect you. And so I recommend that you do it. And what it means is that when you log in on a new device, that Facebook will send you a code that you on an alternate device, like on your cell phone, that you then have to put into a box in order to get in. So it's like two-step instead of just logging in with your password. It says, we'll ask for a code as well as your password if we see an attempted login from an unrecognized device or browser. So that means that if you were using your desktop computer on your Chrome browser and you decided, oh, well, now I want to use my Safari browser or my Firefox browser, and you tried to log into Facebook from that other browser, going from, let's say you're already logged in and using it on Chrome, and then you try to log in on Safari. It's going to ask for your password, but it's also going to ask for this this code. They'll send you a code to your cell phone. Well, let's see what options they give you. I think that they have email and cell or text, and probably a phone call. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Okay, in order to continue, I have to put my password in there, and I don't remember it. So I'm not going to go through this whole process. I'm just going to go back, hopefully. And we won't go through the entire step by step. Uh-oh, maybe we will. Okay, let's see. Okay, see, you can see all of my passwords for Facebook are remembered in this computer. I think this may be an old one. Let's see. Continue. I like this. This is called a, oh gosh, what's it called? I can't remember. Keychain. And I have my computers all set up to remember passwords. It's very secure, and it really helps me because I can't remember all these hundreds of passwords. Okay, so my security method that I've set up is my cell phone. It's text message. They send me a text on my cell phone that I then, it's a code that I then would put into the Facebook request box. They have it here so that you can add other backup methods. So it says set a backup method so you can log in even if your security method isn't available. So they have an app, they have a security key for verification, recovery codes. So I haven't done all of that. I have it just set up for my cell phone because I have my cell phone with me all the time. Probably would be a good idea to set up at least one other method, but I'm not going to do that today. But this is where you do it. And so and this is also where you turn it off. If you decide, gosh, I don't want to go through all this two-step thing, I just wanted to go back to just putting my password in. I'm going to go back. Let's see if I can get back to the rest of those things. Let me go back. May not let me go back. Oh yes, here we go. No, that's going the other way. Go back. Okay. Okay. Let's see, password tips. Not going to do that. Two-factor authentication is on. Control your alerts. Okay. Tell us how to notify you if someone logs into your account from a place we don't recognize. We'll tell you which device was used and where it's located. We'll send you a Facebook notification. Okay, that means it'll come up here in this place up here. These are your notifications. Okay, so if somebody logs in from a device that into my account from a device that Facebook doesn't recognize, that means a computer at the library or someplace like that, then they will send me that notification. I have that toggle on. Messenger will send you a messenger notification. So they'll send me a notification up here, this little icon. is my messenger. There are all the messages that I have in the last few hours, and they will send me a notification. Hey, somebody logged in from this location, from, let's say somebody creepy logged into my account and they logged in from Las Vegas. Facebook will send me a notification. Hey, somebody logged into your account from Las Vegas. Are you in Las Vegas? Is this a suspicious thing? If it's suspicious to you, we recommend you change your password. That's what they say. Email will send you an alert to they're going to do it to both of mine, to co-creation-champion@gmail and to Susan Spectrum. So I'm covered. They're going to, if somebody tries to log in my account that I don't know, Facebook's going to let me know in 3 different places, actually 4 different places. And I appreciate that. That's good. I'll have control over what's going on in my account. I'll be able to say, oh no, I'm not in Las Vegas. I'm going to change my password. Okay, it says all set. Thank you for reviewing your security options. You can change these options anytime from your settings. You can do this daily if you wanted to. I think it's a wise idea to check it once a month. I don't do that because I'm online so much that I don't check it every single month. But if something suspicious comes up, I definitely go there and check it. And then if something fishy happens or somebody tells me that something strange is happening on my account, if I don't notice it, I definitely go in and check my settings then. They say your password's okay, your 2-factor authentication is on, login alerts are on. And let's see, if I click on review any other topic, let's see what it tells me. I have no idea what it tells me. Okay, well, we don't want to go there anyway, so I'm going to go back to settings and privacy. That's where we were before. I don't know why it sent me out here, but I'm going to go back to settings and privacy. And I think we just did the privacy checkup. I started at settings. I'm going to go back there just to double check. Okay. So we went through general, we went through security and login. Your Facebook information. Okay, so let me review. We went up to this little arrow. We went to settings and privacy, and it pops up this big window here. And there's all kinds of stuff in this window that we can check out. So we checked out general, and we checked out security and login. Security and login is the one that I really want you to be aware of, so that you set your privacy, that's where you change your password, that's where you set your 2-step authentication to protect your account from being somebody else getting in there. I'm going to go on now to your Facebook information. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I want to go back to settings and privacy. I'm going to go to settings. I'm sorry. We're going to go back to your Facebook information. Okay. You can view or download your information and delete your account at any time. You own what's on there. There's so much misinformation out there. I see people posting stuff all the time that's just plain not true about Facebook owning and having the copyright on all of your information and that you don't own it and blah, blah, blah. It's not true. If you see something like that on Facebook or on any social media site or news site or in your email or in text or on a phone message that sounds that you're not sure about, check it out. All you have to do is Google it. If you copy it and you put it into Google, you will come up with the truth. It's called fact checking. It's so easy and it's so fast. When I get a phone call from somebody I don't know with an offer, a voicemail offer that's too good to be true or scary, I take that phone number and I put it into Google and I put maybe one or two words from the message. Like, let's say it's 800-532-4141, Social Security. And then I put scam. So I put the phone number and I put the little bit of the message and I put scam. And sure enough, pops up a whole page of information about how this is a scam. Same thing with information on Facebook. If it sounds suspicious or sketchy, or you're not quite sure of the truth of it, copy it, put it in Google, and write scam. And you will find out whether it's truth or not. One of the sites that comes up is Snopes. You can also go to Snopes and put that information in, but that's an extra step. So check out stuff. Don't believe everything that you see. Be knowledgeable about what's true and what's not. There's a ton of misinformation out there. We'll have a whole segment about that. Okay, so back to this, your Facebook information. You can view or download your information and delete your account at any time. Access your information. View your information by category. So let's click on that and see what that sets up. I had somebody call me last month who was trying to get rid of photographs that she had posted on her profile years ago. She didn't want them on there anymore, and so she needed to get them off. Well, this is how you would access them and probably how you would delete them. Okay, so you can see all kinds of stuff here. It says, here's a list of your Facebook information that you can access at any time. We've categorized this information by type, so you can easily find what you're looking for. Our data policy has more information about how we collect and use your information, how it's shared, and how long we retain it. It also outlines your rights and how you can exercise them, and how we operate and transfer your information as part of our global services. You can choose to download your information if you'd like a copy of it. Okay, so look at all of this stuff. It's ginormous. There's all kinds of stuff that they have. Now, you know, I've been on Facebook for a number of years now. So naturally, I have a lot of stuff in all of this. And I don't want to delete it. I use it all. I probably could go into here and clean up things, but let's just go to photos and videos. These are ones that I've shared or been tagged in. We'll talk about what that means, tagging. Well, let's just click on that and see what happens. Your photos. Photos you've uploaded and shared. Photos and videos you're tagged in. Your videos. These are videos you've uploaded and shared. I'm just going to go to the photos and see what happens. Pulls up all the photos, probably going back years and years and years. And so I have friends who are photographers, and they actually use Facebook as their archive, one of their archive sources. And they upload, sometimes they'll go out on a hike, and they're nature photographers, and they'll go out on a hike and they'll take 100 photographs, and then they upload them all to Facebook. I'm not sure who they've designated as their legacy support, but they're both in their 70s. These are actually brothers, and they're twins, so they're both the same age, and they're, I think, 74 now, 75, something like that. I hope that they have designated somebody to be in charge of their accounts if they should pass away, because in their photo archive are amazing photographs, and they should be shared, and somebody should have access to them, copy them, download them. So we're going to go back to where we were, I hope. Come on. Come on. Okay, so we were back at your Facebook information. We accessed the information. You can view it, you can download it, or you can delete your account at any time. Transfer a copy of your photos or videos to another service. Okay, so Facebook doesn't own your stuff, you own your stuff. You can transfer it anytime. If you want to transfer it to, what was the one that somebody recently that I was building a website for, used SmugMug to archive photographs. You can transfer your photos directly to SmugMug if you have an account there. There are many other services that archive video or photographs. So this is how you would do it. Download your information. Download a copy of your information to keep or to transfer to another service. So that's how you do it. You click there, you download it, you transfer it, or you download it to your own computer. This is your stuff, so you have the right to keep it. Off Facebook activity. View or clear activity from businesses and organizations you visit off Facebook. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look and see. I do not know what that is. You can see that Facebook is a ginormous platform. It is the most used platform, social media platform in the world, on the planet. And guess what? It's free. You pay nothing to use this very, very robust platform. You can use it as little as you want, or you can use it as much as you want. I think that in figuring out what your purpose is for being on social media will define how much you use Facebook. But just know that Facebook is a very powerful tool. I call it a toy, and it is free, free, to do most of what you'll be doing on it. Facebook ads cost money, and you may or may not ever run a Facebook ad. There are reasons I run ads, and I think that if if your purpose on Facebook is to sell product of any sort, to grow your list, to do business, then you will probably at some point be considering Facebook ads, but that will be the only thing you're paying for. You're not paying for any of this stuff that I'm showing you now. Okay, so here's what pops up about off Facebook activity. Off Facebook activity includes information that businesses and organizations share with us about your interactions with them, such as visiting their apps or websites. Learn more. I'm going to click the learn more, but I'm just going to look at what's on here. Wix is the platform that I build websites on. So absolutely, I want Wix to interface with Facebook, and I have no problem with that. LinkedIn, of course, I'm active on LinkedIn. I think that's great that LinkedIn and Facebook are talking to each other. Namer, I don't know what that is. Other websites or apps have shared your activity. So what I do on LinkedIn is shared on Facebook. Fine with me. I wish that more platforms would interface and help build our presence for us. This is a game I play every night. It's how I keep my brain sharp. I'm not even sure what these are. Let's see if we can learn more about this. Okay, come on. What is off Facebook activity? This will explain it. Okay. Actually, it will give us a little video, which I'm not going to play, and explain it in the video. So you may want to go in there and watch that video. Off Facebook activity is a summary of activity that businesses and organizations share with us about your interactions, such as visiting their apps or websites. They use our business tools, and we're going to learn about that, but not for a long time, like Facebook Login or Facebook Pixel, to share this information with us. So you may never use these tools, but they are here. Okay, to review your off Facebook activity, they give you instructions. What you see when you review your activity, you see a summary of all of that stuff. They tell you how they get that stuff. They tell you the number of interactions that they've received. They're very transparent about all this, guys. This is what they are doing with your information, and I look at it for you. Because if you are trying to build a presence online, and I think that that's one purpose for being online, is to build a presence so that you can reach more people with whatever it is that you're doing. I think it's great that Facebook helps you do that. And this is how they help you do that. They're very transparent about what they do. And so rather than believe what somebody sends in a meme or a message on Facebook about how they're invading your privacy and how they're doing this and that, go to the source, go into this information and read about what they do and don't do. They tell you. It's all here. It's all here. And um, I'm not going to read through all of this, but I really recommend that you do so that you're more comfortable with what's going on Facebook. Again, Facebook is deep, it's big. And as long as you are aware, you can play here. It's a playground for you to play on whatever playground equipment you want. Facebook is a big playground. It has a lot of different playground equipment. And you may not like to swing, but you may like the monkey bars. Or you may not like the monkey bars or the swings, but you want to go down the slide. You have choices here. And so just to be aware of all of this stuff is really important. Now, down here are a whole lot of related articles. So let's say you read through this and you were like, well, I still don't quite get it, or I need more questions answered. So here are related articles that you can go to. How do I disconnect my off Facebook activity? How do I manage my future off Facebook activity? Connecting off Facebook activity to Facebook accounts. How can I adjust how ads on Facebook are shown to me based on data about my activity from partners? This might be one to investigate and do a whole video on, because I know some people get really annoyed that Facebook ads appear in their notifications. And they're confused about why certain kinds of ads appear in their Facebook notifications. Well, the certain kinds of ads will appear if you happen to be visiting a site that is connected to Facebook in this way, that's like it's described here. So if you happen to be shopping for chef supplies or organic produce online, you will get ads in your Facebook notifications, in your feed. You will get ads about organic produce. Now, it says here that you can adjust which ads show up. And so if it bothers you horribly to get those ads for organic produce, you can follow their instructions and disconnect from those ads. Now, I feel like ads are okay because that's who's paying for us to use Facebook for free. We don't pay to use Facebook. How Facebook makes money and supports its being, supports its presence, and supports the tools that it offers us for free is to run ads for other people who pay Facebook to have those ads appear. So I don't get my knickers in a twist about ads, because I say, thank you. Thank you, organic produce. You're supporting Facebook so that I get to be here for free. So that's just my philosophy. I know other people don't agree with that. Other people think ads are a pain in the neck, and they think that they should be able to be on Facebook for free and not be bothered by anybody or anything. I don't agree with it. Okay, so I'm going to go back. This is ending up being a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. How do I get out of here? Oh, I see. So go back to where I was. maybe. Come on. Come on. There we go. Off Facebook activity. Okay. Here's a little information about how this all works. I'll read this and then we'll maybe go back to see what's left in the settings, and maybe we'll end this video and I'll start another one. Okay, so here's how activity is shared with Facebook. Jane buys a pair of shoes from an online clothing and shoe store. The store shares Jane's activity with Facebook using the Facebook business tools. We receive Jane's off Facebook activity and we save it with her Facebook account. The activity is saved as, quote, visited the clothes and shoes website and, quote, made a purchase. My phone is ringing. Stop. Sorry about that. So that's how it works. Jane sees an ad on Facebook for 10% off coupon on her next shoe or clothing purchase from the online store. So this is all AI, artificial intelligence. It's the logarithms. It's the what happens in the background of being on any platform online. And if you think of it as that world that I described before, you can choose to go shopping at Neiman Marcus, and you can enjoy a coupon from Neiman Marcus for a 20% special deal, or not. In the real world, you can either go there to shop or not. And it's the same thing online. You can choose to shop. You can choose to use Facebook. You can choose to have a 10% off coupon at the place where you shop or not. You can turn this stuff off if you don't like it. And so this is how you do it. I'm going to go back, hopefully, to see if we can wrap up your Facebook information. Oh my goodness, there's a whole lot more stuff here. Okay, we went through download, we went through activity log, we went through off Facebook activity, managing your information. Learn more about how you can manage your information. This is also important. Deactivation and deletion. You can temporarily deactivate or permanently delete your account. So if you want to take a break or you've been disappointed in Facebook, but you don't want to just delete it forever, it looks like you can temporarily deactivate it. And you can also permanently delete it. Let's go up to this through this one, and then we'll call this a wrap for this video because it's gone on quite a while. Managing your information. Come on. Okay, managing your data. Oh my goodness. You can see this is deep. There are a lot of things that you have control over. You do. And it takes time to go through all of this stuff. This is why I'm not doing it on our Thursday call, because for one thing, it would probably bore you to death. And also, you're going to probably want to take this video and break it into small bites and go into your own account and do all of this investigation and setup, because you know, just listening to me talk about it and to watch me go through this isn't going to do you any good. You want to be in control of your presence on Facebook, and this is how you do it. So it has here, and I am going to go through this as a separate video because this is a lot of stuff. In fact, our tour is going to cover a lot of this stuff, but then you could go into this and actually do it on your own account. So it says here, managing data. You are in control of your Facebook experience. This form helps you find answers to common questions and concerns about privacy and user data related to Facebook products. Select the product you need help with, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook owns Instagram. Facebook owns WhatsApp. Those are two platforms that are really important to know about and to be protected on and to utilize if they are platforms that will help you with your purpose posting online. And so I'm going to wrap this right now for this video, because this is a good place to stop the tour of the settings. And I'm going to pick it up with a separate video about managing your data and going through all of these things. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 categories to go through. This could take probably another hour at least. All important stuff. I may break this into a couple different videos. We'll see how it goes. It's actually quite a good agenda for being on Facebook. So I think we'll revisit this in another video, and I hope this helps you. Please, if you have any questions or you come up against the wall when you're doing the exploration of your settings, put the question in the Facebook group, the Posting with Purpose Play Shop Facebook group. That's the best place for you to post questions, because I will see them and be able to respond as best I can. And other people will be able to respond as well, because other people have different experiences than I do. So go ahead and do that, and we'll pick this up later. Okay, so back again, just wrapping up. You know that this recording, this short, turned out to be not so short video, will be in the library of the Playhouse, the Posting with Purpose Play Shop Playhouse library. I will put this video in there, and I will be doing more like this so that you can go back and look at them at your own on your own pace. I don't expect everybody to be moving at the same rate. Some of you move faster than others. Some of you have already been on Facebook for a long time and have a presence there, and this is all probably not even information that you want or need. But others of you may be at a different place, either just starting. I know of a couple people who may have had a Facebook account for a number of years, but they don't use Facebook. They don't know anything about the privacy settings or the ability to control your presence. So this is what we're going to be focusing on for the next month. I will do many of these little helpful videos. I hope they're helpful. If they're not, let me know, and I will change them up. I'll do something different. But this one is the first of many. I'm going to do one shortly about setting up your profile. I will go back and do the ones in those settings. I think there's many videos that can be applied to those, the information in the settings. And again, questions, put them in the Posting with Purpose Play Shop Facebook group, and I will answer them, or I will get the answers for you, or somebody in the group can answer those questions. All right, so until next time, post with purpose. Thanks. Bye-bye.